Hey, have you ever wanted to know how to get super, super rich, super, super fast right now, right this second? Well, I can't really tell you anything, but I do have a friend who knows a little bit about that. MSA! The homies! My Story Animated. They know the answers. How to earn 10 millions in 10 days! We know that the video is probably gonna be about something completely different, but that's a pretty good title. I mean, I'm curious. I don't care to ever make $10 million. I don't need that. But I am interested to know how. You know, I won't do it, but I'll learn. If you wanna make some popcorn, this is a very sad bowl of popcorn. There's barely anything left, but you know, now would be a good time. You wanna get some water? And let's get going. How to earn 10 millions in 10 days. But you know we gotta do it right, okay? We can't start a Robert IDK MSA video without one thing. Y'all know what that is? You know, it's the theme song.
Animations, it kinda feels like I'm on vacation when I see a bit from MSA about a girl who's gone completely insane. But we'll still laugh and scream and cry and be glad that we don't have their lives. So come along, enjoy the ride, and let's watch some MSA tonight.
I zoomed past other cars, my foot hitting the accelerator at every turn, as my friend Vanessa screamed for her life. Just then, I saw this police car tailing us
Oh no,
and
it's the
pulled
cops!
to the side. Just do as I say, okay?
Like I have a choice.
Shut it! Oh, hey, officer.
What
Was
seems-
I going too fast?
What seems to be the officer problem?
May I see your license, please?
Oh, sure, Officer Cutie.
It's Curie.
Oh,
My bad.
that was his real
You know,
name.
I had this dream last night that I was stopped by a policeman, and we went to this cute place by the ocean and shared a cold latte, since it's so hot
Weirdo.
these days. I mean, talk about global warming. You think it's getting hot in here? I think it is. What do you think, Vanessa?
I think you should shut up.
Yeah, trying a little too hard. Whatever she said her name was. Trying a little too hard. This man is trying to enforce the law, homie. They're trying to protect other human beings. And you're like, oh, but little me, I'm so cute. I mean, you're really cute too. Should we forget that I just, kind of broke the law? And we should just go on a date instead? Thank you for saying strong, Mr. Officer. It don't work like that, woman.
I think you should shut up.
I think so too.
Ooh.
Now please step out of the car.
Really? None of my flirting worked, huh? Then I guess I have no choice.
Oh no, she's gonna
but to do
zoom.
this.
She's gonna give it a rip.
Stop the car
Oh!
away. Hi everyone, I'm Sage, and I'm about to tell you
Hi,
how
Sage.
I messed up my life. But before we get into that, please like and subscribe to MSA.
Yep. Okay, guys, we have one job. It's to boop that like button. If you have not booped the like button on this video, make sure you do that. If you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure you do that. If you're not subscribed to MSA's channel, make sure you do that. We all good? We booped the like button? Okay, let's do it.
I lived with my single mother and my twin sister Zoe in a small apartment in downtown New York. We didn't know anything about Dad, except that he was a loser who turned his back on Mom and left her totally heartbroken.
One day you're going to come back crawling and
Oh, it's
begging
gonna
for
happen.
forgiveness, and
It's-
I will spit on your face and make you cry. Mark
Jeez.
my words.
Oh my gosh.
Never happened. And
It
Mom
will.
never found her true love again.
First prediction, it will happen by the end. They're gonna have their $10 million or whatever, and then the dad will try to come crawling back. That's my first prediction.
That didn't stop her from trying, though. She worked as a receptionist at this fancy resort outside town, where she met tons of new people. Every month, she would date some new guy who would break her heart, and she'd become a sobbing mess.
Sad.
Like this one time, when Zoe and I were 10, Mom started dating this Italian guy who left her because her pasta was too salty.
It's garbage.
At 13, there was a biker guy who thought it was a cool idea to teach Mom how to ride a bike. Needless to say, Mom fell, broke her arm, and couldn't work for weeks.
Hey, honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. When it comes to relationships, I'm a very supportive person. I like, embracing anything that my partner wants to do. But if they want to do something as dangerous as driving a motorcycle, that is where it gets difficult for me, Because it's like, all I care about is their safety, And here's this thing that is like super dangerous, And as we can see, this is what happened to the mom here. So, lesson, only drive a motorcycle if you really, really, really want to.
And then, a year later, Mom met this Indian guy who even moved in with us.
Take a deep breath in. Now exhale. Now inhale.
I almost spat my water out for the joke, but I'm not gonna do that.
Same time.
It's 5 in the morning, dude. Can we speed this up?
Yoga is all about patience. The
Yoga?
more you practice it, the better you get. Now, let's try again.
Ugh.
Breath work in the morning is good. I used to do
But
it.
Mom thought he was perfect and sold off her jewelry to invest in his stupid
Oh,
yoga retreat.
no.
But he just pocketed all the money and disappeared without a trace.
And he retreated. Oh
How could I
no.
be so stupid? We were planning to set up this cute bakery next to the yoga
No,
retreat.
Bob.
He'd teach yoga and I'd bake cookies.
You know, yoga's a form of exercise, right? Cookies are kind of counterproductive.
A little bit.
Ugh, why are you like that?
Like what?
This is why you're
Smart
single,
and
Sage.
Practical?
No, mean and heartless. Can't
Aw.
you see mom's in pain?
Maybe I was a bit heartless. Growing up poor makes you accept reality in a harsh way.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. Has there ever been an MSA? Honestly, let me know in the comments. Has there ever been an MSA family that was not either rich or poor? Was there anyone ever in middle class in an MSA video? Like, has that happened? Because either they're way too rich or they're struggling. You know? Is anyone just having a chill time? I guess we wouldn't have a story otherwise. Lesson, either be rich or be poor. No in between. I'm just kidding. Don't listen to me. That's stupid.
Maybe I was a bit heartless. Growing up poor makes you accept reality in a harsh way. But with Zoe, it was different. She was Delulu. Thanks to Mom and her
Delulu.
awful choice in men, she grew up thinking that the only way to have a good life was to get your hooks into someone rich and successful.
I was reading this fashion blog and they said if I sleep with a clothespin on my nose, I'll get the perfect upturned nose.
Sleep
like
with a
most
clothespin
people
on your
have.
nose? That's the opposite of what you want. There are people who cover their mouth when they sleep so that they breathe through their nose because it's healthier. Putting a clothespin on your nose for no. That's the opposite of what you want.
That's the stupidest thing I've heard.
Word.
Your nose is just fine.
Can't hurt to make it better. And what do you
It
know
won't.
about
It
fashion
won't.
and skincare?
She even tried poking her cheeks with pencils so she'd get dimples.
What?
When that failed, she turned to stupid home remedies.
It's just getting worse before it gets better, right?
What do I know about fashion and skincare?
Oh!
So, yeah. Zoe and I were poles apart, and Mom was always weird.
Okay.
And things just got worse when we turned 18. Mom met some guy at her resort, fell in love, and a week later they got married.
This
and
woman
moved
with
to
her
Spain.
resorts.
She promised to stay in touch, but all we got were a few bucks and occasional phone calls. With bills piling up, Zoe and I had to pick up housekeeping jobs at the resort. The pay wasn't great, but it was enough to cover school. We even got a room to stay in, which was a huge downgrade from our apartment.
Oh, because her mom moved to Spain. Ugh. Listen, I hope Mom has a good old time. I mean, I guess, to be fair, they are adults now, so they don't need Mom to be around. I guess any mother is, like, completely allowed to just, like, move to a resort when their kids turn 18. It's not their responsibility anymore. I guess parents can literally nothing is stopping them. I mean, hey, just have a conversation with your family at first, please.
Was a huge downgrade from our apartment. Okay, we need to make this work.
Okay.
Zoe, you take the broom and I'll dust the shelves.
Deal.
I just got a manicure done, so count me out.
Where did you get the money? Wait, have you been using my savings?
Yeah, but think of it as an investment in our future. See, what if tomorrow I run into some rich bachelor who
my
asks me out,
gosh.
then falls madly in love with
my
me,
gosh.
and we get married? And when we move to our fancy new house, I'll even set up a place for you in the garage where you can stay with your girlfriend and cats.
Well, that's reasonable, to be completely honest.
What?
To be completely honest, offering to, like, give her a home? I mean, this conversation is kind of a slap in the face, but it's also, she is offering her a home. You know, I don't know how I feel about this.
In the garage where you can stay with your girlfriend and cats.
What girlfriend?
Your girlfriend, silly. You don't need to stay in the closet forever. It's 2024.
I'm
It
not
is.
gay, Zoe. I just don't have time for stupid boys. Now help me, or I'll make you
Fair.
sleep on the floor.
A likely excuse. That is what I would say if I was, you know, still back there, you know what I'm saying? Behind closed doors. I would say the same thing.
Now help me, or I'll make you sleep on the floor. The next few days were tough. I woke up extra early, worked my shift, went to school,
Good.
came back, worked again, and passed out.
Productive
Zoe
day.
barely showed up at work and was more busy flirting with some guy or the other. And then, on the night of our graduation party, Zoe and I were getting ready when I spotted this huge diamond ring on her
No way.
finger. Where did you get this
You
from?
didn't tell me.
I bought it?
By selling
Wait,
your
on her middle
kidneys?
finger?
Ugh, stop yelling. Okay, fine. I found this lying by the sink in a room I was cleaning today. So
Okay.
I borrowed it for the party tonight. And don't worry, the guest isn't gonna be back before tomorrow morning, so I have plenty of time to put it back.
And what if they come back early, realize their $1 million rock is missing, and they trace it right to you?
This is one thing that I gotta say. I cannot imagine, maybe it's because I'm male, I don't know. I cannot imagine risking like a theft charge of like felony level theft charge to wear a ring on one particular night. A lot of people are not gonna notice your ring. I will keep it real with you guys. I never look at anyone's rings when I go out, ever. I don't know if that's a male thing. Is that a male thing? That's a male thing, apparently. I don't know. I just think the risk is not worth the reward of what, looking 0.5% cooler because you're wearing a fancy ring? Guys, it's not about how expensive your clothes are. It's about how expensive your soul is, okay? That one was meant to be confusing.
And they trace it right to you.
Why would they assume it's me?
Because you're a maid, and the maid
Oh,
is always the
true.
thief. Who else would go in the room?
True.
Oh my god, you're right. How did I not think
Put it
about
back.
that? Oh, they'll catch me and throw me in jail.
Yeah.
I'm too pretty to go to jail. Plus,
No.
a rich guy will marry an ex-convict. My life will be
Nah.
over before it even begins.
Just shut up for 2 minutes. Zoe told me the room number, and I double-checked at the reception, and thankfully, the guest was still out. This was
Okay.
the perfect chance to put the ring back. So I tiptoed my way across the hall, popped out the master key,
I like
and
this
was about
animation.
to open the door, when suddenly, my eyes fell on the most perfect
Oh,
guy ever.
no.
His beautiful black hair matched his perfectly fitting tuxedo, and he radiated elegance and confidence with his walk. I was sure he was an important guest, but then he stopped right next to me.
Almost didn't expect you to be ready on time.
You're talking to me?
Do you see anyone else around? Let's leave, shall we?
Leave for...
Our date? I'm Carter. Our dad set us up.
What?
Vanessa, I thought you had seen my picture. I went to see
What?
yours, but you're not on social media. And
Good
your
call.
dad said you hate getting photographed. But I have your room number, 709.
All right, are we dealing with a stalker, man? Listen. If I know anything about MSA, these two are probably gonna end up together by the end of this. But what's going on here? She actually was trying to... Oh wait, her name isn't Vanessa. Right, it's Sage. Okay, so he's confused. Whew. Okay, for a second. Guys, I've watched so many MSA videos. Remembering names is hard. So I was just... When he said Vanessa, I was like, maybe her name's Vanessa. Okay, he thinks this is someone else. Got it.
But I have your room number, 709. So it's gotta be you. Unless you lurk around other people's rooms for some reason.
No reason to do that. I didn't steal a diamond.
Why would I do that?
Didn't steal a diamond or anything.
Of course it's me. I am she, Vanessa. And yes, of course, I've seen your picture, but you have one of those faces that isn't very memorable.
Oh
A
my
complete
gosh.
Okay, we have a reservation at the pier. I don't want to lose the table.
The pier.
So let's go.
I said Pierre,
I
not Pier.
smiled weakly as Carter led me to his chauffeur-driven car. Had I just panicked and ended up on someone else's blind date?
Yes.
At one of
But
the
she's got the
fanciest
ring
French
on.
restaurants in
She's got the
town?
ring on.
Quickly texted Zoe to go to the graduation party
Right?
without me as we were led to
Yeah,
our
she's wearing the
table.
ring.
I was overwhelmed by the freaking number of forks on the table, and I couldn't
That's a lot
understand
of forks.
anything on the menu. I just let Carter order for me, and we made awkward small talk and then fell silent.
Sad.
Good Lord, I'd never imagined a date with a gorgeous guy could be this painful.
So you've never dated a porcupine. Okay, that's fair.
So, Vanessa's a lovely name.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I've never met a Vanessa.
What? Besides
Except
me?
myself. I'm actually named after Venice. Do you like Venice?
It's nice, yes, but I like skiing more. I travel a lot, actually. It's my way of taking a break.
Yeah,
Break
fair.
from what?
You know, endless meetings, parties, interviews where I get asked a lot of dumb questions, like
Yeah.
what do I eat in a day, how much do I work out,
Oh, this
how
guy's
many
a
girlfriends
celeb.
I have, etc.
This is a celeb.
And I have to answer all that to keep up a certain image, of course. But this life can be very exhausting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Listen, we've all been there, Cedric. We all have been there. Just kidding. That was a wild guess at his name. If he's Cedric, I'm a monkey's uncle. But he's not gonna be Cedric. Sorry.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Frankly, no. You sound like you don't appreciate how lucky you are.
What do you mean?
I mean, look at that waiter, for example. He works his butt off every day trying to make just enough for his rent. You think his life is easy?
No.
But he still smiles and serves you. Isn't that exhausting?
Maybe, but that's what he gets paid for. It's his job.
So he's not allowed to be tired because he works.
I don't think he said that. You're putting words in his
You,
mouth.
Riding around in chauffeur-driven cars, living in fancy houses, dining in the best restaurants.
He's like,
You can be tired.
this is not like your profile at all. This is not like your profile on the app. You literally said you're a multi-billionaire and you hate people and you take everything for granted.
You can be tired because you have to attend a few meetings and answer a few
Chill,
questions.
Sage.
Don't you think that's a bit hypocritical?
I hadn't really thought about that.
Then maybe you should. Anyway, I gotta go.
You haven't even touched your food.
I'm not hungry anymore. And I just left without another word and hailed a cab back to the resort.
And then his actual date shows up. It's like, oh, it's so nice to see you. You know? That would be so funny. That would be the biggest, like, for his brain. His actual date just shows up. Like, actual Vanessa just shows up. Like, hey, I hate people just like you. Let's go on this date.
And I just left without another word and hailed a cab back to the resort. When I got there, I realized that I still had the ring on me. So
Yeah.
I decided to give my luck a second chance.
Just put it
tiptoed
under
my
the
way to
door.
Vanessa's room, carefully avoiding all the cameras. I swiped the key, gently turned the knob, and walked in. When suddenly, someone jumped on me and pinned me to the ground.
Who are you? And why did you just sneak into my room? And why are you wearing my ring?
It was an accident. I fell and it went on my
If you would
finger.
Just get off me. Thankfully, Vanessa agreed to listen, and I spilled everything about the ring, Carter, and the blind date. I
Carter.
thought she'd call security immediately, but instead, she burst out laughing.
You stupid idiot. You stupid.
Any idea how much I tried to get out of that date?
Oh.
Phew, you did me a huge favor.
Wow.
Does that mean you won't be pressing charges?
No,
That
silly.
depends. You see, I moved to France with my grandma at 5 because my dad wanted to marry a kid-hating bimbo.
Oh.
But now she's left him. So he wants me to come back home. Problem is, I don't want to. I have my whole life in France, including my boyfriend, Jean-Pierre. My dad
Jean-Pierre.
hates him.
Pierre. See, whoever did the subtitles, yeah, earlier in the video when they said Pierre, you used Pierre spelling. Who would have thought that this video would have both a Pierre and a Pierre? You know what I'm saying? Pierre is a beautiful name. I might mess around and throw it on my son. You know what I'm saying?
Including my boyfriend, Jean-Pierre. And Dad hates him.
Oh,
He wants me to
Jean-Pierre.
date Carter, or he'll cut me off. And since Carter thinks you're Vanessa, you'll
Be
just have
Vanessa.
to date him in my place.
What?
Wow, you rich folks are complicated. And I can't do that because it's stupid and
I'm
pretty
stupid.
sure that guy hates me.
Really? Then why did he send me a text asking to meet him again?
Wow.
Listen, just make this Carter guy go away.
What if I say no?
Then your sister will rot in jail and you will lose this job.
But
what about my work?
if you're
I'll
rich,
pay you.
yeah,
Does
yeah.
$500,000 sound good?
Sounds great.
Yeah, $500,000 per 100 years worked, you know? What are the terms? What are the terms? I guess $500,000 for the job, just of like, yeah, date them and then eventually the relationship will mess up. And that's the time frame. I guess she doesn't have to do this forever, but she's obviously gonna try and like sabotage the relationship. So it's like, cool, I made $500,000 in 2 weeks.
Does $500,000 sound good?
Sounds
Yes.
great. Vanessa and I shook on it, and that night, I couldn't sleep a wink
It's
thinking
hard.
about how this money could change everything for me and Zoe. But I was pretty nervous about fooling some rich, powerful guy. I wanted to share my doubts with Zoe, but I knew she was a tattletale, so I kept quiet. And the next morning, Vanessa woke me up at 6 and told me that Carter was on his way to take me to a derby match.
no.
Is there a reason why I'm dressed like Mary Poppins' cousin?
Yeah.
I get that you want him to hate me, but this dress makes me hate me.
The idea is to make you look undateable, and this dress is perfect for that.
Okay.
Now remember, make this the worst day of Carter's life.
Okay, so she's trying to just have the relationship get destroyed anyway. Okay, listen, any Toy Story fans might actually like this look. My homie Woody, played by Tom Hanks, I think he would enjoy the way this person's dressed up.
Oh, hi, Bo. Hi.
I wanted to thank you, Woody, for saving my flock.
Oh, hey, it was, nothing.
What do you say I get someone else to watch the sheep tonight?
Hell yeah.
Man, this is crazy. Guys, I remember watching this movie when it came out, and it looked so good. It has now been like 25 years, and I'm watching this, and I can finally see and hear how primitive the animation is.
Got more gadgets on him than a Swiss Army knife.
Wow.
Don't let it get to you, Woody.
Let what? I don't, what do you mean?
Amazing. But it still looks so much better than so much animation out there. Toy Story was one of my first favorite videos ever. Toy Story, classic. Anyways, yeah, like I said, Woody would like how she's dressed.
Make this the worst day of Carter's life. He should be calling my dad and telling him that I'm a monster. Now go make me proud.
I left the hotel and greeted Carter at the gate, half expecting him to say something about my dress.
That's stupid.
He just smiled and complimented me.
I love Toy
Was he
Story.
blind?
Sorry, I think we kinda got off on the wrong foot last night.
Yeah, I'm sorry for
Do this
you
in the car,
leaving.
please. The heat is making me dizzy.
Sure.
For the rest of the ride, Carter kept trying to talk to me, but I just pretended to be busy on my phone. Soon after, we reached the derby stands and were about to take
Finally,
our
the
seats
derby.
when I put my plan into motion. Carter, can you get me something to drink?
Oh,
I'm
no.
parched.
But the race is about to start.
Oh
You're
no.
right. I'll just
Red
go
flag
and
simulator.
Get it myself.
No, wait! I'll get it.
Oh, thanks.
What a doll.
Carter pushed through the crowd and came back with a massive cup of soda.
You missed the derby,
I took
dummy.
one look at it and screamed. It has no ice.
Oh,
I want
no.
ice. Carter rushed through the crowd
Oh,
again and came
no.
back sweating with a new cup of soda. Thanks. Oh no.
What now?
The ratio's wrong.
Isn't diet. I can't drink regular soda.
Oh.
Makes me feel bloated and gassy. Get me a new one. Pretty please. Carter shot me an irritated look.
This is probably the most bruh face we've ever seen in MSA. This is as bruh as it gets. A true, unadulterated bruh moment. This is actually good, because if Carter's not insane, which I think he is completely insane, I think he is insane. But if he wasn't insane, he would see this and be like, oh, Vanessa's horrible. Okay, cool. Bye. I will meet a nice person who might actually want me. But if Carter is so stupid that he actually puts up with this entitled brat behavior, then Carter, you've gone completely insane.
Pretty please. Carter shot me an irritated look before running back into the crowd, and by the time he got back, the race was over.
Oh.
I did feel a bit guilty,
Yeah.
but then I thought about how he must have made his servants run around a million times,
Oh.
so he probably deserved a little payback.
True.
What
Okay.
an exciting
Well, no.
game. Too bad you missed it.
Yeah, too bad.
Are you mad
This
at
is the
me?
one thing I didn't
You
want to
are,
happen.
Aren't you? I made you miss the game. You must really hate me now. It's cool if you don't want to see me again.
Nonsense. I'd
You
love
are
to see you again.
amazing. I have no problem with this
Wow.
treatment.
I must have really left an impression. Carter inched closer, and I literally stopped breathing. I thought he was gonna kiss me.
You
But then
smell
he
bad.
just opened the car door and asked the driver to drop me at the resort.
I'll pick you up tomorrow, princess.
Oh.
Don't miss me too much.
Oh my gosh. No! Carter! Carter! This woman treated you horribly. Treated you like a walking ATM. Treated you like a servant. And then you're like, oh, I'll see you tomorrow, princess. This was the best day of my life. I love being treated like garbage. Carter, I am disappointed in you.
Disappointed! I'll pick you up tomorrow, Princess. Don't miss me too much.
You bet. What the heck was that? Over
was
the
so
next
bad.
few days, I did everything to make Carter go away, but nothing
It's stinky
worked.
cheese.
I threw tantrums over the smallest things, and he patiently calmed me down. I made him wait for hours while I got dressed and didn't even apologize when I showed
Carter!
up. And he just smiled and complimented
Raise your
me.
standards,
On Vanessa's
Carter.
instructions, I even took him to an amusement park and then faked a hurt ankle so he'd have to carry me around. When he sat me down to rest, I screamed in his ear to get me something to eat. He was at the stall when I pulled out my phone and texted Vanessa. The plan's not working.
Yeah. Well, now you have to actually, the only option now is actually be nice. Act desperate. Act like you really, really like him and do everything for him. Because if he likes this, if he likes the chase of some horrible person treating him horribly, then he probably doesn't like someone that's like too easy and actually likes and respects them. That's Carter's issue to figure out in therapy, but for you, that's how you get him to leave for now, I think. Carter, you got problems. You gotta figure that out. And anyone watching this, if you have a partner who treats you like that, peace! Hit the road!
He was at the stall when I pulled out my phone and texted Vanessa. The plan's not working.
Abort!
I tried everything. The fake ankle, making him carry me. I even pulled his hair a little when I was on his back. He's not budging. Just
She's like,
as I
oh,
hit
thanks for
send,
scratching that
I
itch on
looked
my
down
head.
and froze. I'd accidentally texted Carter
Oh,
instead
no!
of Vanessa.
Well, good,
My heart
good.
raced as I scanned the crowd and spotted him
Unsend.
walking towards me.
Unsend.
He handed me the food and took out his phone, but I grabbed it before he saw
Yeah,
anything.
good call.
You're not allowed to see your phone till you feed me.
It'll only be a minute.
It'll
I think
only
it's
be-
for my dad.
You're always on your phone. You never pay any attention to me.
Yeah, could you just like unlock it for me really, just for fun? I'm like, you can't see your phone, but just face ID. Delete! Yeah, how are you gonna get out of this one? You can't just delete the notification, you have to delete the text. You can delete the notification, and that's good. But in order to actually delete the text, you have to unlock that thing. Well, first you gotta unlock this thing.
First, you got to unlock this thing. EJ, come, water.
First you gotta unlock this thing. I'm telling you, first you gotta unlock this thing. You're welcome, guys. I'm sure you wanted to hear that.
You're always on your phone. You never pay any attention to me. I'm hurt, and all you care about is reading a stupid text from your dad.
Or me.
And with that, I threw his phone into a nearby fountain.
Vanessa? Are you insane? What if he has something important to say?
There has to have been a better
Now
option.
That frown and feed me.
Eat it yourself. You're impossible. And I'm out of here.
And he just turned around and left. I thought I'd managed to finally get rid of him. When I reached the resort and saw him waiting outside with a bunch of roses. I didn't want any attention from the staff, so I dragged him to the side. What are you doing?
I am so sorry, Vanessa. I was way out of line today for yelling at you like that.
No, boo!
You wanna go on the desk, brother? No? No? Okay. I'm just trying to get him closer to the camera so you guys can see him better, you know? I want the people to be able to see you. You keep turning away from
No,
the
boo.
people. There you go. Yeah, everyone-
That's how I
Toy
feel.
Story, they want to catch their toys slipping. They want to see if
No, boo!
No, boo. When you saw Toy Story, you were thinking the same thing. No, these guys never play with toys. I bought them so many toys, and they hate them. If they can't eat it or tear it to shreds, they don't like it. Right, Nobu? Right?
Classic video. This is what that video was. That was a classic video. I'll try to link it at the end if I remember, okay?
What are you doing?
I am so sorry, Vanessa. I was way out of line today for yelling at you like that. Please forgive me.
Carter, get some self-respect.
I'll think about it. Can you leave now?
I'm not leaving till you forgive me.
Fine.
Forgive you?
Mean it?
You want me to get it tattooed?
Thank you. I'll
Yes,
see you
do.
tomorrow.
In black ink,
Great.
please.
And I ran inside before anyone spotted me. I had to do something before this guy drove me insane.
Completely
so
insane.
I asked Vanessa for help, and we sat down and stalked Carter online everywhere.
Oh, that's healthy.
One of his Instagram posts said that he hated water. So the next day when I met him, I pitched the idea of scuba diving.
Oh,
Scuba
no.
Why would you want to do that?
Carter, stand up for yourself. No matter if this person is a capper or if this person's the real Vanessa, if you don't like doing something and it makes you really uncomfortable, speak up. Speak up. Say you're not into that. You can do that, Carter. This dude has problems. This dude has problems.
I pitched the idea of scuba diving.
Scuba diving? Why would you want to do that?
Because it's fun.
Oh.
Imagine the two of us, hand in hand, exploring the depths of the ocean. So romantic.
Wow.
How about we explored the test of my swimming pool instead?
Oh.
We can still hold hands, and it's a lot more convenient.
Fair.
It's funny how you're talking, but all I can hear are chicken sounds. Carter's a chicken.
I'm not a chicken.
Then prove
I
it.
am a chicken.
Carter reluctantly agreed, but the next day when we were out on the water, he said he just couldn't do it.
Good.
As we stood
Stand
there
up for
with
yourself.
me trying to persuade him,
Oh, no.
the boat suddenly lurched
Oh,
forward,
no.
and we both fell into the water. See? It
My
sounds so
worst
deep and
fear. You have to
scary,
save
isn't
him
it?
now?
Just then, I noticed that Carter
Ow!
wasn't swimming. He seemed to be struggling to stay afloat. And then he started sinking. I quickly swam to him and helped him back onto the boat, but he'd passed out.
Oh,
I shook
my
him,
word.
gave him CPR, and was about to give him mouth to mouth when he opened his eyes and coughed up
Oh,
water.
anything but that,
Oh my
anything
God,
but that.
You're okay.
Wait, were you about to kiss me? I can like that down.
This isn't funny.
Tell me about it. I'm the one who nearly drowned.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me you don't know how to swim.
I know how to swim. I just panicked because we're in the middle of the ocean.
Carter, to be fair, for someone who just almost... he's actually very calm right now. Oh, you know, it wasn't a big deal. I was just in the ocean about to not be alive anymore. You see, I just am not really a big fan of the ocean because, you know, a few seconds ago, I was about to not be alive. So, yeah. That's all it is, really. You know, a little chill. I mean, the guy moves past trauma quickly. Maybe that's why he's with such a demon woman.
I just panicked because we're in the middle of the ocean. I told you I couldn't do it.
I'm so sorry, Carter.
You should be. Now, where were we? Yeah, I had my eyes closed and you're about to kiss me?
Shut up. Once we were back on the main shore, we went to a cute diner and ordered burgers. Carter spotted a jukebox and played some of his favorite songs. But when I played mine, he fell silent.
Oh.
You don't like this song?
Oh.
I love it. It reminds me of my mom.
Oh.
She used to hum this to me whenever I was feeling low.
Ah, yes, Gummo.
It reminds me of my mom. She used to hum this to me whenever I was feeling low. I know I never say this, but I really miss her.
I miss my mom too. Guess we're not that different, huh?
You're way better than I'll ever be.
Carter pulled me close, and as we swayed to the music, I realized he'd never looked so perfect.
Wow.
Under that spoiled exterior was a boy who missed his mom, and all he needed was someone to talk
Where's therapy?
to. I wanted to be that person for him, but I also knew it wasn't gonna last forever. So I just melted into his arms and decided not to think about it. That was until I reached my room and reality slapped me in the face.
Care to explain why you have such an expensive dress in your closet?
It's not
Ooh.
mine.
I was doing some capping earlier, and I had to play the part. The dress, it's a cap dress, you know, when you want a cap. Okay, so the prediction is still that they end up together, right? It's kind of obvious. But Carter, if he allows a person to treat him like this and still like keeps them in his life and is like super supportive, bro, you got deeper issues. You've got deeper issues if you allow that kind of person to stay in your life. So Sage, if that is your real name, still, I think you gotta move on from this guy. He's got some problems.
It's not mine. I borrowed it from someone at work.
Uh-huh. Then why'd you hide it in your secret spot in the closet?
You went through my secret spot? What? That's abominable.
Who uses words like that?
That's what I thought.
Also, I don't know what it means. And you've been acting really weird these days. Just
Fair.
last week I saw you sneaking into the room late at night.
Ooh.
Where were you?
I went out for a walk, Mom. Now, if you're done interrogating me,
I've got a date with Carter. I mean, no one.
Day. Obviously, that didn't stop Zoe from snooping around. And with time, she only got more suspicious. I had to put an end to everything soon, so I thought I'd go and talk to Vanessa. But her boyfriend was visiting, and she was always busy with him. And I decided to wait. But then one day during a date, Carter told me he wanted me to meet his dad. Why? I mean, don't you think we're moving too fast?
Okay, guess. Here's my guess. She meets his dad, and that's when she accidentally, like, she gets a phone call and it's like, oh, hey, Sage. Blah, blah, blah. You know how your name is Sage? Sage? And then everyone's like, what's going on? What is the meaning of this? And then I told him everything. My real name was Sage, and that we were trying to set him up. Ugh. I can't even talk to you right now. I felt horrible, and Carter wouldn't respond to my texts anymore. But then I was like in danger, and Carter came and saved me. You know, maybe there are some things I need to learn about you. And then we kissed and it was the end. That's my guess. That is my grand guess for this episode, okay? That's my guess. I know it's a big bet. It's a big bet to make. I got real specific, but let's see how close I am. Either way, I think her real identity is gonna come out, and it's gonna be a problem, and then she's gonna realize she liked him all along, and so she, you know, is in trouble with him. She has to win him back.
We're moving too fast? We barely know each other.
I don't know about you, but I think I know
feeling
you pretty
22.
well.
Really? Like what?
Like I know you're pretty, you have the most gorgeous smile in the world, and that you play with your hair when you're nervous. And when you're thinking too hard, you make a weird face. Something like this.
Stop it.
Listen, please just come. It'll mean the world to me. Oh, and I have something for you. This necklace belonged to my mom.
$100
on you.
I don't think I can take this.
I insist.
I kind of hate it.
Carter gently put the necklace around my neck, and I felt a million butterflies in my stomach. The entire ride home, I couldn't stop thinking about how I was deceiving him.
Yep, and they're about to find
I
out.
gulped down my tears as I kissed him goodnight, and then I barged into Vanessa's room. Carter wants me to meet his dad.
And?
What do you mean? His dad will spot my lie in a second.
Yup.
No, he won't. I've never met him. And even if I did, rich people have the memory of a goldfish. There's no chance he'd remember me.
That's not the point. If Carter wants me to meet his dad, that means he's serious about me.
Yeah.
He'll crush his heart when he finds out I lied.
Listen, Carter needs an intervention. He needs his... I know they're gonna end up together anyways. I think Carter should spend some time in therapy, learning as to why he lets people who treat him like that into his life. But I think this intervention is necessary. I think his dad needs to tell him, bro, you crazy, bro. And he needs to reconsider, but it won't happen.
It'll crush his heart when he finds out I lied.
And why do you care about his heart? Listen.
Yeah, you're doing this for
Carter
$500,000.
clearly doesn't want to break up with you, but if his dad doesn't like you, he might convince him to dump you. All you have to do is make a horrible impression on the dad. I'm sure you can handle it.
Handle it? I could barely walk in the ridiculous dress Vanessa picked out. I tripped getting out of the car on my way to Carter's mansion. Finally, I saw him waving at the front door.
Hi, Carter.
And I felt a bit relieved. But then his dad joined us, and he stared at me with an icy stare.
This is...
Vanessa, I know. You don't look anything like your pictures.
Yeah,
he's
I'm
actually
not very
seen her.
photogenic. By the way, it's so good to meet you, sir. And what a wonderful house you have. These paintings and sculptures are really one of a kind.
Yeah.
What an exquisite collection. And then
Can anyone
I
play that
leaned
thing?
onto one of the statues, and it started wobbling. The next thing I knew, it toppled over and shattered to pieces.
Oh, no.
As I backed off in horror, I accidentally bumped into a waiter carrying a tray of
Don't
shrimp.
get shrimp on the
and
Mona
landed
Lisa.
right on my butt. Every eye in the room turned to me, and I quickly got up and bolted to the washroom.
Washroom? Isn't that a Canada word? Isn't that a Canada word? Who says washroom? Canadian English. Guys, is the person who wrote this Canadian? Wow, washroom's a Canadian thing. I gotta make sure I keep saying that. I wanna know, is the person who wrote this Canadien, you know, habits du Canada.
And I quickly got up and bolted to the washroom. As I was cleaning up, a pretty girl walked in. It was Sophie, Carter's ex.
Oh, no.
I recognized her from my online stalking sessions.
What?
That was one heck of an entrance. I'm Sophie, by the way.
Hi,
Carter must
Sophie.
have mentioned me.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he didn't. Can I help you with something?
Just wanted to see Carter's new catch. And also,
Catch.
there's something you should know.
As Sophie talked, my heart sank, knowing that I'd probably made the biggest mistake of my life. I could barely process what she
What
told
did she
me,
tell you?
and I ran off from the party without telling Carter. By the time I got home, I was so exhausted from all the overthinking, I immediately passed out. When I woke up the next morning, my phone was buzzing and Zoe wasn't around.
What?
I found out why immediately. The police were calling to tell me Zoe had been arrested for stealing.
No!
I took a cab to the police station, and on the way, I called Vanessa to tell her what had happened. But her phone went straight to voicemail.
Oh my
I even
gosh.
tried the phone in her hotel room, but she didn't answer that either. I rushed into the police station, only to find Carter talking to the police, with Zoe standing next to him.
Oh, thank God. I was beginning to think you'd never show up.
Oh, but she doesn't know. She doesn't know. She doesn't know that Sage is running this scheme. Oh, this is how it's gonna come out. Okay, I think the rest of the story thing where like he finds out, gets mad at her, doesn't talk to her for a bit, and then like she needs to be saved, and then he comes through and he's like, I couldn't not forgive you. I still think that's what's gonna happen, but I guess here is how he's gonna find out.
Oh, thank God. I was beginning to think you'd never show up. Now, before these people lie to you, let me just tell you that whatever I did it for Mom.
Who's Mom?
Our mom, you moron. Mom called me yesterday and told me that she wants to come visit us, but she has no money for the tickets. I thought I'd pawn your stupid necklace off to help her out a bit. But that pawn shop guy informed this rich guy's family that someone was trying to sell an heirloom with their family crest. And they dragged me here for no fault of mine.
Yeah, you did nothing wrong.
No fault. That necklace belongs to my mom, and I gave it to Vanessa.
Vanessa?
Who the heck is Vanessa?
She is Vanessa, my girlfriend.
Oh no.
She's Sage,
Oh
my
no.
sister.
What is she talking about, Vanessa?
Ugh, it's Sage. S-A-G-E.
Oh no.
Dude, you're cute, but you really have your wires messed up.
Shut
I agree.
up, Zoe! Carter, I lied to you.
My
name
real name
is
is
Sage,
Sage.
and I am Zoe's sister. Carter looked shocked as I told him everything about the ring and how Vanessa had asked me to take
boy.
her place.
He's gonna be
You lied
upset.
to me all this while?
I wanted to tell you the truth, but I just couldn't.
But then I wound
Why
up
not?
liking you.
If you needed money, you could just ask me.
Yeah, right. Like you'd even look twice at me if you knew I was poor. And you really have money to hand out? Because I found out you've only been dating Vanessa for her fortune.
What?
No wonder you kept putting up with me no matter how much I tested you.
Were you?
Don't bother, Carter. Sophie told me everything.
Carter's only after your money. He screwed up a big business deal, and now his dad's forcing him to marry an heiress to save their business. They need your dad to invest and bail them out.
How do you know that?
My dad told me. He's business.
My dad told me I owe him money, so he wanted to date an heiress, so he give him money. You know, that's how I found out. Yeah, okay. I you know when you hear a person's voice and you just understand their personality immediately. You're just like, oh, not a person I want to be around. Cool, got it. Thank you for talking like that. I will now walk in this direction. Okay, so that's the twist. That's the twist. Okay.
My dad told me. He's business partners with Carter's father.
Carter's
Trust
father.
me, I have no interest in Carter. I'm just helping a girl out here.
And you're
Okay.
just going to believe her without giving me a chance to explain myself?
Oh,
Well, is she lying?
No,
we
but
both
There's
capped.
nothing left to say. Look, Carter, we both lied and we're
But
both wrong.
Cap
The only
twins.
difference is that I lied for my family and you lied out of
For your
greed.
family.
And I agree that there were moments where I got carried away, but now I'm back to reality. I'm pretty sure you don't care about me much, but if you
no.
do, even a little, please drop the charges against my sister. She's the only family I've got. I must have struck a chord with Carter because he took back his complaint and Zoe was released soon after. But the news of her arrest reached the resort manager, and we were both fired on the spot, which was fine. I was done with that place anyway. Zoe and I moved to a small apartment and decided to start
Oh,
our
boy.
life from scratch. We found jobs at cafes and
Carter
this
will show
time,
up.
Zoe stuck to her promise to work hard. She seemed to be actually sorry for all the trouble
Sorry.
she caused me. And while it was difficult to not think about Carter, I had to push him out of my mind and move on with my life.
Yeah.
Then a week later, I was leaving for work when I found Vanessa standing at my door.
Oh no.
What are you doing here?
The night you were at Carter's place, My dad showed up and told me he didn't want me to see Carter anymore.
Woo!
He didn't give me a reason,
Yay.
except that he didn't trust Carter's dad.
Oh, she doesn't know the truth. She doesn't know the truth. Oh my gosh. Can all these green-haired people just have a conversation together so that everyone's on the same page? We have a triad of green-haired people with completely different information from one another. No two people have the same information. Guys, sort it out.
He didn't give me a reason, except that he didn't trust Carter's dad, and that he was okay with my relationship with Jean-Pierre.
Jean-Pierre.
He just wanted me to come home.
That's a relief. Congratulations. Anything else?
Here's your $500,000.
Yes!
I'm a woman of my word.
I
Yes!
didn't exactly do the job. And I don't want money for tricking someone.
It didn't bother you before.
Yeah, come on, take it.
I guess you must have fallen in love with Carter.
No, that's not it.
Wait, she did fall in love with Carter, and now she's gonna use that money to help him out so he doesn't need to marry an heiress. Oh, there we go. There we go.
No, that's not it.
Well, that's too bad, because Carter's in love with you. He called me to yell at me for making him fall in love with the wrong person and how he can't get over you.
He doesn't love me. He was just after your fortune. That's why he put up with me for so long.
Something tells me you haven't seen the news recently. Carter officially resigned from his dad's company.
Okay.
I think his dad forced him to be with me just for money, and he was under a lot of pressure, so he agreed.
Okay.
But it looks like he doesn't care that much about money now.
Okay.
Oh, he also announced he's taking care of the student loans of waiters working in 20 restaurants in this town.
Wait, how? How does he have
I
the
don't
money?
believe it. Vanessa showed me the news article, and I was shocked. Oh God, Carter really loves me? I have to tell him how I feel too.
But he's moving to his mom's place in London in
Oh
like 3
no.
hours.
Then
Run to the airport!
You have a car?
Airport
Duh.
reunion!
You think I walked here? Of course I have a car. But it's a little slow.
Master Roshi. All right, MSA. I know what you about to do. You about to wrap this whole thing up with a bow and give us, and I ain't talking that bow. I'm talking this. You're gonna wrap this up with a bow and just have that airport reunion. Oh my gosh, I didn't think you would come here. I couldn't be away from you, my love. I don't know, something like that. Something like that. It's too perfect.
Duh. You think I walked here? Of course I have a car. But it's a little slow.
Go!
Seriously? I can crawl faster than this car.
Wait, what is wrong with
Told
this
you he's
car?
slow. I don't care, because I'm mostly on my phone, and you know how rich people are? Always fashionably late. Just sit back and relax. Enjoy the drive.
Get out and
Killing my
sprint,
butt.
Sage.
I asked the driver to stop and step aside while I took the wheels and hit the accelerator.
Oh.
I zoomed past the
So it's
car.
the driver
got
that's
tailed
slow,
by the
not the
police,
car.
But somehow made it to the airport just in time. I jumped out of the car and dashed towards the gates, still hearing the police sirens behind me.
Go,
I'll take
Sage!
care of this.
I rushed through the airport, screaming Carter's name. All I could think of was not being able to talk to him and tell him how much I liked him. And my heart sank when I checked the departure charts and saw that the London flight had already
Aw,
departed.
well, he missed it, so it's okay. He missed his flight, it's okay.
Hi. I met Vanessa. I can't believe you gave up everything and you're poor now.
Well, I'm still not poor. Let's just
poor
say I
for
have
a
to
billionaire.
share my helicopter with other people.
And where are we going?
To the moon.
Wherever you say.
He's just like, oh, I fully understand what's going on right now. I know how I just missed my flight. I am ready to start a life with you on a moment's notice. See, this Carter guy, for someone who's so, like, nervous about certain things, he sure really pulls it together. When he jumps into shark-infested water, yeah, you know, that was just the scariest thing of my life. It's, you know, that's all I'm saying. And then this, oh yeah, I just missed my flight. Oh, that means we're getting married and gonna be together forever. Okay, cool, yeah, sounds good. All right, let's go wherever you want. Well, what can I say? That was fun. How accurate was my prediction? I think I guessed like 60% of it. I did get really specific, and I think like the dad finding out the name and stuff, that was definitely an option in the story. But I tried to go super specific. I got like 60% of it, I think. Not bad. You guys, I said I would do it, and now I will. Here's the animals being cute video that I did with Nobu like 3 years ago. If you want to see the video that Nobu clip was from, this is it. Have a good time. Make sure if you're not caught up on all the series, go have a watching session and check out the other videos. Here's MSA's channel. You better be subscribed. If you're not, I'm coming for you. Subscribe to MSA. Peace.